Oh, I always miss that little beep, don't I? Hello, everyone. How are you? It's me, Jamie, and welcome to what I have been calling Wake's Week. But I've just checked the opening titles, and it's actually called Wake's World. What a mistake to make. And what a week it's been. It's been a week where the USA got its 46th president, which I think can only be a good thing. And it's also the week, can I just point out, where the local LGBT plus community gets to watch Club F.O.D's 46 live video since lockdown began last March. So that's a lot of live streams, isn't it? We started on the 18th of March 2020, which means that Club F.O.D has been with you almost every weekend for almost a year. So that's exciting. So how are you? What have you been doing? What has been so exciting as you have stayed home to save lives and protect the NHS? There's a lot going on today, isn't it? And I think the first thing I'm going to do, while we're talking about things in the 40s, it would be amiss of me if I didn't raise a glass to an angel up in heaven. So to Joe, who would have been 40 today, you are a star, and you continue to be a star, and you continue to shine brightly above us. So Joe, happy 40th birthday. So I hope everyone at home, I hope you're raising a glass to Joe, one of our friends who tragically lost their lives in the Thorpe Gardens tragedy. Martin Holmes is in the building. He's on YouTube. He says, evening all. Evening, Martin. I hope you're well. Hang on, I'm going to have another swig. That's really bad of me. So yes, what a week it's been. I haven't done much this week. I have been making wine. I have been making beer. Because, I'm very creative. I like making things. I like doing things in my hands, literally. So it's been an odd one. Let me know who's in. Say hello so I can say hello back to you. That's how it works, because you guys, you drive this show. It's your engagement that makes the difference. We're here all the way through lockdown. Actually, we're going to be here all the way beyond lockdown as well, because let's face it, we don't know when it's going to end, do we? Hello, Andrew. Hello, where did that come from? A little camp. I meant to be really butch. Hello, hi. And hello to Rob as well. Good to see you, sir. So yeah, what a week it's been. Yeah, I don't know about you. Every day sort of rolls into one. Other Rob's in. Hello, Rob. I don't know what day of the week it is. I just know I get up, I go upstairs to my study, turn the computer on, and maybe work. That is how it is. Sometimes it's busy, sometimes it's quiet. It's a bit of an unusual one, isn't it? But, lots of exciting news. Well, I say exciting. Andrew's taking a mickey with Butch. It's only because you forgot that it's an I, not a you. And Mano, who is, he's got another role to play on Wake's World this week. We'll be explaining all in a little while. I've got to say, this week we're trying the most ambitious thing we've done. I mean, we've done things with like 8 people being interviewed at the same time. But we, this week, as part of one of the segments later, are going to use 2 studios. Now, it could go horribly wrong, it really could, because actually there's a lot of wiring and cables that you can't see. You get to see this little square here. So I'm going to let you into a little sneaky peek of what is really like behind the scenes. So let me bring the... this is what you don't see. This is the back of me, or the front of me from the back. Here we go, look. So look, if I wave from here, there we go. I have another camera all the way at the back, and then we've got, this is really the behind the scenes bit. This is, look, this is what I put up with. There's beer, obviously the microphone, and obviously the magic computer that makes everything work. I deliberately hid the overflowing ashtray. It doesn't look very professional, but you know me, halfway through I'll start smoking it anyway. Ben Gray's in the building, hey, hey, hey. Brendan's in the building, hey, all. And Gloria says, evening, my lovelies, evening, my darling. So yes, as usual, we have a format. We talk about me, we talk about you, and then we talk about the headlines, the gay gossip. We talk about my rant. But let's face it, everything's a rant with me these days, isn't it? I get so old and miserable in my old age. And then we've got our segment, Make with Wake, which we'll explain later. I'm praying it works. I've had to ship in all sorts of equipment to make it work. It might not. If it goes wrong, I apologise. I'm an amateur. That's what I'm going to start saying. So, let's look at the headlines of the week. I need my titles to come out. Okay, this week's headlines. Did you see the Spanish Prime Minister has said the country would not welcome international tourists until the end of summer? Which is not good. And they're waiting for 70% of the country's population to have been vaccinated. We also found out today that the UK had considered closing its borders. And, you know, I think, as you might have guessed, it's a bit late, really, isn't it? I just noticed Sophie's saying, hey, flower, hey, darling. Ben saying, I'm raising my tankard of ale to while having a pipe. Oh, how old. I always thought I was older than you, Ben. Sounds like I'm not. Sounds like I'm reversing. I'm getting younger. So they were considered closing the borders. And then when Home Secretary Priti Patel was asked whether people should be booking foreign holidays for the summer, she refused to give an answer. That's how with the people she is. And she said it's far too early to speculate on restrictions. So has anyone booked a holiday out there? Anyone booked their trip abroad? Yeah, anyone been risky to do that? It's going to be an odd one, isn't it, whether things actually are able to take place. Because if you look at the latest figures, they're saying, or they're demonstrating, that we're paying for the mixing we all did at Christmas. I say we, because actually us in the South East, we didn't get that opportunity, did we? Here in the South East, we were put on those restrictions, literally a week before Christmas with a day's notice. I'm still eating my Christmas food and snacks, and I like to say alcohol, but that went very, very, very quickly. But elsewhere, the rates are increasing. So they're saying further restrictions may need to happen to sort of bend the curve. Rob says, I need one, but too early to begin. It certainly is, isn't it, Rob? It's a bit of a worry. Did you watch all the briefings? I don't know why we're watching the briefings now, because I'm not actually saying anything new. Yesterday, Mrs. Patel announced an £800 penalty for people gathering in groups of more than 15 people. Is it just me, or is anyone else confused by that? Because what happens if you're under 15 people, like 14 people or 13 people? You don't have to pay that £800 penalty. They said that the fine for if you're a repeat offender would grow to £6,400. But I really can't get my head around it. Why are people or groups under the size of 15 permitted? Or is it not permitted? It's not permitted, is it? Isn't it in the law? But how are they not getting huge fines? Ben's saying too much blaming and less positive enforcement in the world mind. There certainly is. And you'll hear my rant mentioning that later. Colours and Fires, which we know Sophie. Holidays booked for April, not overseas. Just send the parks, so fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I've got Bood in Cornwall booked for end of May, June, camping for 10 days. So hopefully that goes ahead. But to what Priti Patel, am I the only person as well that can't actually warm to her? There's just something I can't connect. You know what it's like? We have to connect with the politicians. I think we should be. The politicians should be able to connect with us at the same time as well. I just don't like someone who is literally in a world so far removed from mine telling me what to do. I mean, I don't like anyone telling me what to do at the best times. Ask Mano at the best of times. But this lady is minted. She's worth 2.2 million. And I don't think she's got any empathy or any sympathy. And, party politics aside in the blame game, she represents a government that has consistently blamed everybody out for their own failures. Ben's just, as you can see, like the stream. That's all you've got to do. Like the stream and share it. Always wonderful if you can do that. Ben says, have some Huggies, not the nappies. Oh, I don't know. I've got some Huggies. I inherited them. Rob's agreed with me. She is miserable. I just find she's very strict. I mean, she's worth quite a lot of money. Would she know how much a pint of milk is? I don't know if she would, It annoys me. I mean, not that, other political parties are available, obviously. But, I don't think any of them really live in the real world. They always break the rules and then have an excuse why it's permitted that they can break the rules. I get very confused. And then you also saw this week as well. You see this Glastonbury has been cancelled, which sort of gives us an ode. Ode, is that a word? Or am I turning into some sort of hermit or something? it's been cancelled. It's due to take place in June. So does that mean other festivals are going to start following suit? Because I noticed some festivals are still advertising to buy tickets. I got invited to the Wonderment Festival, which I've always wanted to go. It's in Berkshire. It's all hippie. I thought I could get into that, take a little rainbow tent. They started emailing me to buy tickets. Rewind are really pushing for everyone to buy tickets. Now, I don't know if it's because if their advertisers going ahead, then if they had to cancel, then they'd maybe save on their insurance. I'm not too sure. So what do you think? What do you think about the festivals cancelled? I mean, what do you think when you look at our own community events like Pride festivals? Do you think they're going to be cancelled? Do you think they're going to be safe? Can they be organised safely this year? Because, we've all got to wait for the vaccinations, haven't we? It's, it's something to look forward to. And I don't know about you, I'm a Pride baby. I love my prides. Having been one of the founders of a local pride, it's something I look forward to, and it was really hurtful and upsetting last year when it didn't take place, or any Pride festivals took place. I think one took place on one of the islands, didn't it, if I remember rightly? Can't remember which one. I want to say Isle of Wight, but I could be wrong. Memory has tricks on me. Mark's just confirming with me, Glastonbury has definitely been cancelled. I bet this government finds some sort of way to make sure the festival of Brexit takes place, won't they? Have you seen that? If you're on Twitter, do you see that was trending earlier? Festival of Brexit. To hopefully unite the country together. I think they need to start reading the room. I think when you start seeing articles and people being charged an extra £100 for something they would normally buy. Like if someone was watching and bought a coat and then got charged £100 in fees and charged on top of what they would normally spend. I actually ordered my cigarettes from Amsterdam. So I haven't met anyone. I do know someone who has bought some since Brexit. So if you're watching, but you know you are, let me know if you got charged any extras. So they are renaming the Festival of Brexit to Festival UK. FUK, which I think really sums it up, doesn't it, really? But I really do think they need to start reading the room a lot better than they have done. Ben's saying natural disasters also cost the same as Priti Patel, if not more. We will be safe by then. It doesn't mean you can't be frustrated by the situation, Ben, because actually, other emotions are available. But we may not be in this position like other countries aren't also in the same position. Sophie's saying other vendors, available vendors. That's a posh word. Gloria Rebecca says, liked the stream. Well, I'm glad you do. I love it when we see likes and hearts and kisses and cuddles and all that sort of stuff. So, I'm being very organised. I've got a script or a running order because the segment later has to stick to time. For those of you who know me, I like my punctuality, and I'm so regimented with what I do. So this is going to take me out of my comfort zone because we know it's all going to go wrong. Brenda's confirming what I was asking about has arrived with no charges. I was happy to know. So we've got a week for my next order. I've actually got quite a few left over in the safe. I'm quite surprised. So other vices are available at that point. Evening, Charlie. He says evening from me and Shane. Hello, Shane, as well. So, that was the headlines. I'm just looking at all these little bits of script I've got to do to make sure everything fitted in. But as usual, if anything you want to talk about, anything you want to discuss, please put in the comments. Please let me know because it's very important that we have this conversation. Now, let's look at gay gossip. Titles, please. There we go. There you go. Today's gay gossip. Wasn't much gay gossip I could find today, really. But I did find something in on the Pink News website. I don't know if anyone watches it. I find they just jump on anything and add a rainbow to it and they make it gay news, usually. They don't cover news. They find some really obscure things. But I did find something that I found interesting. So, a straight guy has launched a Cheeky Fags brand to reclaim homophobic slurs from presses. He's actually I think he's a builder, he works on a construction site and wants to reclaim the word fag and has set up a website, www.fagz.org. I did look at the website earlier, it is incomplete, but his name, Soleil Brochin, sought to stress that this isn't a money-making scheme, it isn't his main priority with starting the company. And it's in talks with companies like ASOS, which used to stand for As Seen on Screen, used by usually great stuff in the old days, alongside Amazon. But he said, I want to be perfectly clear, my website is to be as commercially successful as ASOS. See what he's contradicting himself already. And as he tries to secure an investment, he wants to create a clothing line where percentage of the profits will be donated to LGBT plus charities, followers and customers, while giving free advertising space to LGBT plus charities and advocacy groups. Do you think that sounds like it's commercial? I don't know. The charity bit, always good, but a lot of commercial companies do that already. I personally think it is. And I think there may be a bit of bandwagon jumping going on. I don't know about you, but too many people do see the pink pound as a way to make a quick buck. I think the headline would have read better, saying if it says straight man seeks investment to develop company to sell LGBT plus merchandise because he's got a friend who's gay. I think that's what it is. I don't know, did he speak to a range of LGBT plus people to see what their views are? Did he understand how people get offended by the word fag? I don't think it was necessarily a bigger slur when I was a child, but, things like queer was, and I don't like the fact that we're trying to reclaim the word queer. I think sometimes we have to be mindful of the upset and the offence it might cause. Because if you try and put the word fag everywhere, think of the damage, John. And I don't think it's a straight man's place to reclaim a word that's offended a people or a group of society. What do you think? What's your opinion on that? What do you think of the pink pound being championed by the straight community? Rob says, I don't get why people want to use queer. I hate it. I'm a total agreement. I don't think it's a very, very nice word. I did use it. Happy New Queer, I must admit. It was tongue-in-cheek, but it still makes my skin crawl. I'm playing with Sophie saying, it sounds good, but I'm not so comfortable with using it, even though I decided that's what it was going to be called. Martin's letting us know that at 9 o'clock, I know it's in my calendar, new series starting on Channel 4. It's called It's a Sin. It's about the LGBT plus community in the 80s during the height of the AIDS pandemic. So that, if you haven't programmed it in, program it in now. I will try and stick to time, but it does mean what's going to happen if our Zoom party with that going on? Who knows? Andrew says Pink Punters has done it for years. Which one's Pink Punters, Andrew? Is that the one in Coventry? I always forget. Whatever it is. In other news, I've started my second module at university. Yes, very exciting. And Sophie's saying, yes, we must have to set that up to record. So much to get through. So let me have a swig of beer because my throat is going dry. Oh, Andrew's just saying it's Milton Keynes. Okay, I knew it was somewhere on a train. Somewhere. A lot of venues do cotton onto the pink pound, and it'd be nice if the pink pound, that's generated when the LGBT community gets put back into the community. And I think there's an element of goodwill in what he's saying, but I don't know. I think it reads to me, or it comes across to me as someone who's just thought, I can make money doing this. And we're all guilty of it. I know gay caterers, gay. Lots of things. Not lots of things, I can't think of any. I'm a chocolatier. I was catering to the chocolate market. The chocolate market, of course, I was trying to the chocolate market, to the LGBT market. So it goes on. But I don't know, how do we tackle that as a community? But it's interesting to hear your views and your opinions, as always. And don't forget, if you have a spare few pounds or pence, you can see above me, Da-da-da-da. Pointed in the right direction today. We're raising money for our fund anniversary. You can't really see the top line, I've noticed, because I've changed my background. It's our total January fund anniversary. We've raised £40, about 13% of our target. We've only 8 days to go, so you do have a few spare pence and you feel generous. All you've got to do is visit www.sattergay.co.uk, make a donation. No matter how small, it all goes into the fund anniversary and gets delivered or out to projects, charities and causes to benefit the LGBT plus community. We take that off the screen. Martin saying HGV driver. I don't know. I might have said something wrong. There. Are they gay HGV? Well, of course the HGV drivers are gay. They're always up in Gillette Way sending messages out on certain apps, aren't they? Robert says, when we moved into our house, the delivery guys for the sofa kept laughing and saying about the poof. Where's the poof? Have you seen the poof? They were really rude. That does happen. I'm just trying to work out what I said beforehand to that, so I don't make myself look a bit daft. You know how forgetful I get. People do say things like that. It's the words, isn't it? That words can hurt. Sometimes words can be used in different ways. So, for example, drag queens use the word bitch a lot. I personally don't, because I'm old school. But usually we would use that to be to be derogatory about someone else. So it is weird, isn't it? It's a bit odd how we some words are nasty, but some words can be nice, and other words are just accepted as being not very nice at all. So Rob, you did complain. I'm glad you did. Let us know, did you get an outcome from that by complaining? Did it make someone have equality training, for example? Always interesting to know what takes place. Now, what am I going to rant about today? I have no idea, but let's go there and see what happens. There we go. The titles go up. Jamie's Weekly Rant. There we go. So, you know, I rant all the time. So having a segment dedicated to ranting is a bit odd, isn't it, really? Because that's all I do is moan. I'm known for it. Brendan's let me know, Jamie, did you forget H. Martin is a HGV driver? I've always just considered him a driver. It didn't occur to me it might be HGV. I'm so confused. I really am. So not easily done with me. But I think it's just crap. You know, I think this lockdown is getting to me. I haven't left the house in ages. I mean, tomorrow, hopefully, if it's not snowed in, I'll be off to the allotment, so I'll be able to get out of the house. But, you know, I think what has got my goat up this week, here we go, it's coming. Do you know what? We've got a new president in the US, and let's face it, they elected a goldfish. It had been better than what we had before, and probably have a better memory, to be perfectly honest. But everyone is so obsessed with the fact that they're allowed to put pride flags up on embassies again, which is a good thing, obviously. But I think they've all forgotten that not long ago they're all arguing about what that pride flag should look like. They were turning on each other, there were fights, there were rows, there was horrible words and language being used against each other. And I think, look, we all know that as a community, we need to do better. We need to do better for our trans members of our LGBT family. We need to do better for people of colour. We need to do better for people with disabilities. We need to do better for people regardless of their weight or their height. Better for people for what they have or what they don't have. Better for people whether they're butch or femme. Better than where people come from or where they're going. We're a community. We're a family. And you know what? We won't get on all of the time. But when we fall out, it must never be for what's on the outside. Because it's a person on the inside that counts. I truly believe that. And I'm guilty of it. I make slurs. And I promise to make a change and make a difference to make sure I am doing what I can to ensure that this family, this community that we belong to does better. You know, in a few months' time, I'm very proud to say that Club F.O.D will be 2 years old. Can you believe that? 2 years Club F.O.D has been going. And we've got Brendan and Marcia in the chat room there. We've got Sophie and Mark Young. I'm so proud of what we have managed to achieve. We work, well, I don't. They work very hard to make sure that we are a family as a community. That we are making sure that every person that we meet, every person that we come across feels like they belong. They're a member of the family for so long. And the younger boys and girls watching, and I know there are a few, you'll know this, or you might not know this. You probably don't find sometimes there's a clique. Mainly because we're all the right age and we're all the old ones. But, for a very long time, you'd go into a bar and you'd think people are talking about you, looking at you, ignoring you, not coming to you. Unless you're really a gregarious sort of person, you can go up and talk to people. It's a very difficult, situation. I'm getting messages that the kettle's just boiled. It's really lovely on my phone, and that's important for what we're about to do in a minute. But let's make a difference ourselves. Each one of you watching, and I know the numbers are going up and down as we do this because people think they want me to be really funny, and I can't be funny. I don't do funny. Can't even tell a joke without looking on my little notepad. That's how bad it is. But I think we can all do better. Look, think of it this way. If we all make an action to make a difference, or make a commitment to make a difference each in ourselves, we're like throwing what I call a pebble in a pond. If you throw a pebble in a pond, you've got the ripples going out. If I make a difference, that will affect someone else to make a difference, etc. Do you see where I'm going with this? It sounds a bit preachy, and I'm sorry, but it was with my rant after seeing that the irony and the contradictions, I think that's the word I'm looking for, with regards to the flag. That just got my goat up this week. And you know what? I was restrained, I think, this week with regards to saying that it was very unusual for me, I have to admit. So, let me tell you what we're making today in... Well, we'll surprise you when we go down to the other studio, but we are going down to another studio, and I don't know how this is going to work. Sophie, thank you very much for your donation. You too kind, you really are. Did you do that deliberately, knowing that I had the headphones in? I was like, oh, okay, what was that? But Sophie, thank you very much. As you know, everything we raise goes to the F.O.D. So you know this very well because you're a trustee of Club F.O.D. But Andrew's asking, Jamie, how else can I stream? It's a very good question. We're available on Periscope, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. If you go on YouTube and look for Club F.O.D. For those who've got smart TVs, you can have me in all my glory on there. And other social media outlets are available. But we do stream in a lot of places. I need to have a swig of this because I've got a lot to say in a minute. Looked weird seeing myself on the screen with an angle. We are going to do Make with Wake. Make with Wake? Yeah, Make with Wake. I forgot the name of my own little segment. I have to go. I've got to plug all myself in to do this. Hopefully, Mano is there ready with the camera. He is, because I can see it pop up on the screen up here. It's really cool. Waiting for me to come down. So... as you know, we do a lot of work with Club F.O.D to make a difference. I am trying to pack myself up to do a run without falling down the stairs. But there are further ways, and to show you what we can do with Sophie's donation. This might all go wrong. I hope it doesn't, but I literally have seconds to run down the stairs. Glenn, before I go, Brendan's just saying, I had to be told about the clicks. Mark said it's different for you. You talk to people if they want to talk to you or not. It's a bit true, to be perfectly honest, Brendan. Yes. And that's a handy skill to have, to talk at people. So, Brendan, while you're popping up on the screen, let me wait for that to disappear. Hang on. I've got Mark Albertine, coming into the room. Been trying to set my stream up all day, and about this close to throwing myself under someone's courage. I wish I had your intelligence. Look, I don't have intelligence, Mark. I have luck. And that's what I'm praying I've got happening in a moment. I'm going to just switch this microphone on. You see, look. This is all the intelligent stuff I've got to try and do, Mark, behind the scenes. So, you've had Brendan on the screen. Let him explain to you how else you can help Club F.O.D. And I'm going to run. Literally, run. Here we go.
Hello, we are the F.O.D Uncles from Club F.O.D.
We are an LGBT plus charity based in Reading.
As a charity, we raise funds and periodically make grants to groups who support our charity aims.
Are you or do you know of a business, organisation or company that actively support the LGBT plus community that you feel could benefit from our support?
If so, please email us at
funds@f-o-d.co.uk and give us a brief reason why you think Club F.O.D could help.
Also, please include contact details for your nomination.
Thank you in advance.
Brendan,
Martin.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
hello. Can you hear me?
Right, are we back on? Someone put a comment on. Have we got sound back? So if someone could just chat in the chat room and let us know if you've got sound back. It was working all day. Have you unplugged it?
Yeah, I've unplugged this.
Yeah, we got sound. Oh, right, I had all, look, it'd been working all afternoon. So let me rewind. Today, remember, on me, I'm Annika Rice. We're making, I'm out of breath because I'm upstairs. We're making chocolate truffles. So you will need 350 grams of dark chocolate. Any chocolate will do. I'm using Buttons, it's nice and easy. I'm whizzing through, but I'm using Calibut Belgian chocolate. You will need 75 grams of light muscovado sugar. Let me boil the kettle because that's been got cold. You will also need 150 mils. I'm not going to show you that it's water. You just have to. It's not vodka. It is water. But please let me know. Is the sound still coming out? As we've never done this before. Oh, Mark's saying we're getting scammed from the sound from the camera. We unplugged the microphone. That is why we did that. So let's do this. Right. So all you got to do. I was meant to put gloves on, but sod it, I haven't got time. Sugar in the pan with your water. Turn the stove on. Don't look at the mess on my stove. Do the whisk. Wingardia Leviosa. See, that's how you do it. Look, some Jamies do naked cooking. I don't. I like to dress up and look professional. So, did the gas come on? I haven't put the extractor fan on just because it didn't pick up the mic. It doesn't really matter now, it's using a camera mic. So, for some reason I'm not seeing the chat in the chat room apart from over here. Here we go, what's it saying? Mark Kennedy, I laughed my head off when you ran up the stairs. You're always entertaining. I wasn't entertaining, I've been panicking about doing this all day. So, there are people out there who are much better at things than I am. Gloria is amazing. I should have brought alcohol down with me. You may have noticed I do have lots of wine bottles around the kitchen. Don't look around the kitchen too much, Mano, because we haven't cleaned it as much as we should have done. So, while that's doing its little brewing, some of the things you might also need is ground almond, perfect if you've got a nut allergy, and cocoa powder. No real measurements on there, just shove it in a bowl, see what happens, and some icing sugar. So waiting for that to boil. So this is perfect for Valentine's Day because let's face it, you might want to save a bit of money. You might not be able to go out as much as we have been. I'm just stirring this so it doesn't turn into caramel. So I know some of you might not be able to see your loved ones or your other halves because of strict rules. Manny, look, what are you looking at? He knows. I henpeck him like that. Want everything to be perfect, and we've had our first disaster. So we won't be doing a regular cooking stuff. All right, so that's now come to a simmer. So, which is fine. All we've got to do is get our chocolate. I'll tilt this way. Pour it on the chocolate like that. And this is basically, we're going to create an emulsification. Mano's trying not to trip over the wire. You don't get this on Richard and Judy, do you? So basically, usually chocolate seizes with water. So with movement, the heat, etc., and melting the chocolate, you want to stir it until all of the chocolate buttons, in my case, have melted. It looks a bit like, well, let's face it, it looks a little bit like diarrhea at the moment, but it won't always look like something that's come out of your bottom. No siree. So that's all melting, lovely. As you can see, I'm not used to using my right hand very often. So look, and then it turns into this gloss. So this is a healthy poo. Let's put it that way. So have all the chunks gone? Yes. And all you need to do at this point, let me get rid of that, is put it in the fridge for about 2 hours. And as if by magic, here is one I prepared earlier. Can you see the difference that's made now? Let me show you how we're going to do this. So, because I may give these away as a prize, I better put some gloves on. If you're into fisting, you'll find that these gloves are, well, ooh, it's like being in a Rocky Horror Show. A sea of shiver, of anticipation. There we go. I'm just doing silly impressions because I know things are not going as well as we wanted them to. So, I couldn't find my mango. What's it called?
Melon.
Melon scoop. Obviously, I don't
Melon
use it.
baller.
Melon baller. I've realised now you can hear Mano behind me. So, I'm trying to cover my back to you. Here's my picture. I do hear comments coming through, so have a look what's coming through. Mark Young saying, more exercise than... Mano, you must follow me with the camera. More exercise something or other. I've lost it now. I have to turn around. Chunks. There we go. I'm not going to do loads. Mano can finish it off. He loves doing this. There we go. Dish out some poo.
No.
Sorry? Oh. We'll do a couple. I'm probably doing way more than I need to. As you can see, it looks a little bit like soft scoop ice cream. Yeah, I know it still looks like something else, but there we go. So, let me put that there. And all we're going to do, I'm going to dip my hands in some cocoa and take a dollop of ganache, shape it into a ball. So it's falling apart. And all you've got to do is, we'll do an almond one for Mano, who's been a good boy. Coat it on. Obviously, if I coat these in proper chocolate, it'd be a lot nicer. There's an almond one for you, Mano. Put it on the tray. And we'll take another ball, that's a nice shape. We'll squeeze that into a dollop of something. There we go. That's all you've got to do. Turn it into a ball, and this time we'll put it in cocoa powder. Usually I'd sieve it. Cocoa powder's better because it's a lot finer. Actually, I'll add that one. Well, you can coat these in anything really. It's like playing in the garden as a kid in the mud. Other forms of entertainment are available. There we go. Oh, this one's falling apart. I'm a bit too heavy-handed. And this one we're doing icing sugar. There, look. There's an icing sugar one as well. We're doing a couple more, so Mano's got something to eat. Oh. Obviously, if you've got warm hands and a warm heart like me, this can be a bit difficult because it will fall apart as you're doing it. I wouldn't want to have a cocoa powder on. And obviously, with the ganache, you can actually put them, you can coat them hundreds and thousands, or if you want to melt some chocolate in the microwave, you can melt some chocolate, dip them in and let them set. Obviously you need to temper the chocolate, but that is not something, oh, yeah, that works, gloves on, that works perfectly well. Let me get rid of my fisting gloves and a bit of tissue paper. Please don't look too much in the kitchen because it is a bit of a mess. Lots of comments coming through here. Let me just say what we're saying. Does she only have melon balls? Yes, I do, Amy. Spinning circle, no idea. Smeg on the hob. Stronger gloves are available. Yay, you're back. I didn't go anywhere, did I? Does Jamie have a leather chef's hat? Do you know what, Amy? I do. But cleanliness before godliness. So, I don't know why let me turn that off actually, that other mic. Because our test earlier, everything worked perfectly, didn't it, Mano? So let me just turn it off.
Maybe.
To show that it is me from upstairs. and I haven't just done a pre-recorded message. My hair's going to be messy, isn't it? Oh, there we go. So that is how simple it is to make chocolate truffles. Obviously, other confectionery is available. Do you know how many messages I've just sent on my phone saying, turn your mic on? The mics were on. We don't know what happened with that. I think something is switched on. So, to give me enough time to run back to the studio, lovely t-shirts available from Club F.O.D, let me give you what's coming up in the next week. Here we go. And yes, I have pre-recorded this so that I can run up the stairs without you hearing me huff and puff. So this is what's going on, week commencing the 25th of January. Don't forget, myself and Sophie are back tomorrow with Saturday Live from 8 p.m. But looking ahead to Monday, we have the F.O.D quiz night starting at 8 p.m. All you're going to do is find the event on the Club F.O.D Facebook page, add yourself, and all will be revealed. The link for the Zoom room to access the quiz is there, and it gives you instructions on the apps that you need to download to play along. This will be our third time doing this, and it gets bigger every time. On Wednesday 8 p.m, the pups are back with their weekly whoop, talking about all things kink and fetish in a fun but educational way. And then on Friday, I'll be back at 8 p.m. with Wakes Week. And then on Saturday at 8 p.m, myself and Sophie with Saturday Live. Don't forget, on the Friday and a Saturday, we have a Zoom after show party, which takes place literally straight after each of the shows. And we know that you love F.O.D and want to be involved. So here's how you can do that. Be part of the lockdown listings. We're looking for live streamed and pre-recorded LGBT plus content to entertain people at home. We'll provide all technical support if needed. It really is that simple. Let's face it, if the F.O.D uncles are able to do this, anybody can. All we've got to do is send us a message and we will help you make your dreams a reality. And if by magic, I shall be back upstairs in the upstairs studio. Oh yes, I made it back, having a crafty beer. A swig of that and a crafty cigarette. So that was how you make chocolate truffles. I think I still got it on my beard. We look, that's probably the most ambitious thing we've tried doing for one of the F.O.D shows. But I can confirm, if you do make these, they do taste absolutely delicious. Brendan and Martin, you know what they taste like. It's a long time since I've been making chocolates, but it is my business. Chocoholics, so keep an eye out for that. Other confectionery manufacturers are available. So we've done what's coming up next week. So do you think you'd have a go at doing that? Or not? Let me just try and get something back up on the screen, because do you remember last week when we did we planted pepper seeds? Do you remember that? So the downstairs, to be fair, but I want to just save that onto my desktop from my phone so I can show you the progress. Because, lo and behold, we have, Club F.O.D has pepper plants. So, you know what? We can sell them on because we made them together. Brenda's saying Wankers Week. Yes, charmed, I'm sure. Thank you very much. Rob saying was great entertainment. I don't know what happened with the other mic. Because we have literally done so many dummy runs with this today. And we knew that the going down the stairs bit, the F.O.D uncle's video is 45 seconds. It takes about the same to get down. And so we have to factor in, turn the mic on, switch in cloves and stuff like that. Oh, look, Brendan's just proving it to me. The chocolates are really amazing. Amy says she can just sell F.O.D chocks to raise cash. We might do that. Obviously, other forms of fundraising are available. But it's really that simple to make something that tastes divine. And being a water ganache, which basically is not using cream to emulsify the chocolate, it means you get the taste of the chocolate. So it's your favourite chocolate you like. Adding the sugar So when I had the caramelised sugar, the muscovado sugar, it has a nice, strong caramelised flavour to it, so it sort of changes the taste. What's really funny is that I think I have to say thank you to Mano for helping out with the cameraman. Yeah, it is stressful when things go wrong. Bless him. Look, he's just put. I'm gonna put it on the screen. He has just put the camera down, looking at a Christmas cake. Other forms of cake are available. That was a Christmas cake that no one got to try at Christmas Day. Oh no, Sophie says, inevitably hearing, I didn't say it. I did say F-U-K earlier, but actually I was meant to say it properly earlier, but I didn't. I spelled it instead. And Amy says, other chocks are available. Now, I am desperately trying to keep the time, so I know some of you will want to watch It's a Sin. For those who are not recording it, Sophie, can you confirm in the chat room that there is a Zoom after party tonight we can do? I know everyone's watching. It's going to be watching It's a Sin. So if that's happening, we will be able to tell you in a moment time. So, do you think you'd have a go at making chocolates or not? Let me see if I can find this picture that I want. Oh, my camera's gone up there for some weird reason. Desktop. Yeah, so, right, I'm just going to drag this onto the screen. It's not going to be very professional. But remember the pepper seeds that we germinated last week? There we go. Look at that. So they've all started germinating. Usually I only get one out of about 30. This year I've got 2 boxes of them. We've got quite a few. So I will be giving away Club F.O.D pepper plants at some point. You can grow them at home in the warm. And, you know, we actually, Manu would tell you, Manu's the cook, really. And we did have the peppers over Christmas. It does take a while to grow, but knowing you've grown them from scratch and you've not used any pesticides or chemicals on them, just compost, and you know, it is an amazing thing. Do you grow anything at home? Anyone else trying anything? Sophie says, are you sure you just didn't sneeze into a tissue? No, they are the seeds that we put in last week. And what do you want me to show you next week? So we've done cooking, we've done growing. I could show you wine making. Maybe a lot longer than the 10-15 minutes we allow for making things here. Sophie says, yes, I'm just setting that up now. That's the Zoom room we're referring to. I'm recording this and we'll be streaming Radio F.O.D. in the room. Perfect. Yes, don't forget Radio F.O.D. I always say Radio F.O.D. It's Radio F.O.D. Is available. You can download the app from the App Store. That's the Apple App Store or Google Play. Just look for Radio F.O.D. That's where you might not find it if you put FOD. So people like Andrew, if you're still watching, you can listen to all the LGBT music, some of which may be featured in It's a Sin at 9 o'clock, because that's the style of music that we play at Club F.O.D. Amy says, Jamie spread his wild seeds. Yeah, I'm one of the only gays in Reading that hasn't. Mano's let me know, yes, we did use them. Or is it use them in the stir fry. So yes, I know. Sophie has put the Zoom meeting number in, and she will hopefully pin the link to the FOD TV page as well, which I know some people use that and put it in the WhatsApp group. If you need it, please make a comment below, and Sophie will reach out to you. We know that the Zoom rooms are very, very popular. And Andrew asks, how do we donate me? Donate me? I'm confused. Donating you, Andrew? I want to make a donation. Oh, mister. You know how easily confused I am. I'm too butch for my own good. It's quite simple to make a donation, actually, Andrew. All you got to do is visit www.sattergay.co.uk. I just tried putting the link up on the screen. Realised I'm in a different scene to put that up. But I can do that as we speak because I am ambidextrous. I think I'm going to call it ambidextrous. Oh, I'm looking for a rainbow. Can't find a rainbow. FOD TV. No, I can't find it. So coming up. So it's Saturday. So Saturday is in the day of the week, but rather than day, it's gay. That's how you make a donation. Sattergay.co.uk. So tell me, before I depart you, my loves, what's your week got planned? Has anyone got anything exciting they're doing at home this weekend? I said I'm talking about doing something, not someone. Just to be very clear on that. Do you know what? I've only had half a beer. It's really bad, isn't it? So tell me, give me the news about your plans for the weekend, because obviously it keeps me going, it keeps me entertained. And I did get a message asking if the candelabra is in the picture or behind. It is actually, look, it is actually a real candelabra, because obviously this is my lounge, of course. Gloria says, we're a bit behind watching. Very kind of you to compliment my baking. So I'm always, I know you make lovely cakes, darling. So I have to say that. It's, I tell no lies. So yes. So, but if you want the recipe for the chocolates, you can buy them. No, you can buy the chocolates from me, obviously, from chocoholic.co.uk, ready for Valentine's Day or Easter. Or I will be releasing a recipe book. Jamie's recipes coming out very, very shortly. Obviously, actually printed on a printer. It's not going to a publisher or anything like that. But we'll do that as part of a F.O.D fundraiser, because there's lots of unusual things in there, like Jamie's fried chicken, which tastes just like another style of chicken. It's called it JFC, rather than not other chicken brands and shops are available that are not homophobic. But so yes, but. Have I forgotten to say anything? No, we've done WhatsApp. We talked about the Zoom after party, which Sophie is busily setting up now. And the meeting room number, and I don't need a password, I'm not sure, is coming up. Oh, don't forget, tomorrow myself and Sophie will be... as I say it, she puts it on the screen. We'll be back with Saturday Live tomorrow at 8 p.m. And Sophie says, let's put it on the screen, getting ready for our show tomorrow with a new quiz and two new guests. So don't forget to tune in tomorrow night, 8 p.m. live with meeting Jamie. It's her show, really. It is actually. I just started it many moons ago, Brendan Martin and everybody else. And hopefully we'll get to another show with everyone involved at the same time. Choking on my own bobby. So, not from the chocolates, I have to add. So, I think that has been a bit of fun, and I really do appreciate you joining me on this Freaky Friday. I will see some of you tomorrow. I'll probably see most of you tomorrow, to be perfectly honest. I'll see some of you in the in the chat room in a moment. Andrew, thank you very much for your donation. That is very, very kind of you. So that takes us to the bar's gone. Yeah, but Andrew, that's a pleasure. Thank you very, very much for that. Every penny we raise does go back into the local community, and people at home, people of the community, have the opportunity, as Brendan Martin said earlier, to help shape where that money goes to. So thank you, Andrew, and thank you, Sophie, again for your donation earlier on as well. So don't forget, you don't have to always just donate money to be involved with F.O.D and make a difference. You can get involved in making a show like this. All it takes is our website software we give you access to, and a camera and a microphone. It's that easy. And the same with Radio F.O.D. If you haven't tuned into Radio F.O.D, please do. It's the music you grew up on, the LGBT scene, LGBT+ scene, and should enjoy. The Nolans are not on there. Amy's asking, I need to post a Zoom link on YouTube. Yes, I don't repost the link, we posted the number, but we'll get the link to everyone that wants it. Andrew, let us know if you want the link, and we'll send you a message with the link in. So after every show, there's a Zoom party. It's just people drinking, really. And it's a way of having a virtual gay night. The best way that we know how. So look, I'm talking nonsense, I'm rabbiting on, my voice is going, that's lack of alcohol. I may go on to the homemade wine in a moment, so you'll see me collapse. A bit gay, isn't it? Collapse in a moment on the floor. So I'm going to leave you with this. Remember, keep being fabulous, keep being safe. Remember, spread the love, not the germs. And remember, the one thing we all have to do, stay home protect the NHS and therefore save lives. We can do this. We can get out of this. In the meantime, Club F.O.D will be with you every step of the way, as we have done since March the 18th last year. This was our 46th show, and I look forward to joining you with Sophie tomorrow at 8 p.m. For Saturday Live on our 47th show. In the meantime, good night, God bless. I'll see some of you in a little while. Goodbye.